Hiya, Dr. Allison JK here, and yes, indeed, we are in a little bit of a different environment. On the floor, by my side, by my friend's side, we are in, that's not a great view, we're in a Himalayan pink rock salt cave. I'm gonna keep you out of it. So, I feel like I wanted to I wanted to get here because I know that after the total lunar eclipse and gearing up towards next weekend on, I believe, Saturday, we have a new moon with a solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse. And I know that it's been really quite emotional for a lot of people, a lot of reactivity, a lot of intensity, a lot of passion, a lot of old patterns winding down, a lot of new wanting to get birthed and created and established. And so I thought that us being in this environment, first and foremost for myself, I have been just riding what has felt like a tidal wave with a level of mysticism in my life that I saw around 2012 and a glimpse of again around 2023-ish. There have been just a few key points of just really massive astrological alignments that create a vibrational backdrop that can really, coupled with our own efforts, but that really can induce an incredibly spiritually rich time. I was chatting with a new colleague yesterday, and he used the term divine libido. And I love that term. So the more we apply like the ancient wisdom and have more life force going through us, that divine libido, really working with the spiritual and the mystical, right now it's a great time to do that because you can gain a lot more and reap a lot more rewards. And it's also why it has felt like so intense. And if it has felt really intense for you and you don't know why, and you're feeling angry and dense and lethargic, when I say dense and sluggish and frustrated, and you're not working with me, then that's an indication of some stuff could get lighter. You could shift, meaning clear some of the blocks that are at the unconscious and subconscious level and in your therefore subtle energy system, because what's in the back of the house consciousness corresponds to a specific chakra depending on the topic of the belief. And I want to take a moment here and really go into a little bit of some of the mechanics around how you can elevate your manifesting, your results of your focus in the nature of these times right now. March and April, again, were expected to be, and I felt it to be the most intense and yet enriching times of 2025, the year of the snake, where we're shedding our old skin. Yeah? And so you want to shed that old skin. And in part, what will result, particularly if you do it in this vibrational upgrade system way, is as we clear old blocks, like, hang with me here, please. I'm going to walk you through something, a practical exercise. Think of something you want to manifest. Small, medium, or large, doesn't matter. And now I want you to think of something you did want to manifest that did manifest already. New car, new job, new friend, new community, new romantic partner, new clients, increased income, promotion, whatever. And I want you, I'm going to suggest something that I don't typically do, is I want you to look at somebody else in your life that you knew was wanting to manifest that, like a pay raise or more clients or more a monthly income from their business. And did they have an easier time than you? And did they have it manifest quicker? Our expectations are what I'm focusing on today. And I do not mean necessarily, and mostly, I do not mean the conscious ones that you can hear. Like, I expect myself to have to work really hard in order to gain more clients, or I expect myself to have to do X in order to have Y. Like things are always really harder for me than others, or others have an easier time getting what they want than me. So that is a conclusion that are typically unconscious that I have to dig for and then clear out when I'm working with somebody. But the higher, not higher at all, but the surface level that you could read that as is something along the lines of, I have to work really hard in order to get what I want, or I have to put in more time at my business in order to have that increased income. So the conclusions are around a family of entangled beliefs that is one of the core life patterns, like maybe things are always harder for me than they are for everyone else, or I always have to struggle. And then it's going to have a hand in a ball, because it's like a ball of yarn that I untangle, not like an onion that I peel, because you get these relief moments when you expand more. If you think of a spiral, and then you go back down under the shadow as you're going to go for the next round of expansion, and then you feel more relief and lighter, and then you go back into the shadow in that same pattern and clear more. It's not a linear trajectory. That's a little bit of a side tangent, but I'm sensing somebody out there needed to hear that. Let's come back to the expectations. The expectations that we project out have a calling card to them vibrationally, and they're going to call the experience to us through the resonance with the universe. And so an unconscious belief like, I tend to have to struggle more than other people, is at an unconscious level. It could be locked down further from a trauma. It could have been initiated or started from a trauma, and then conditioning, then maybe imprints from one of your parents. So it gets buried and it gets locked in as one of a core pattern. Each of us has about 2 of them. They're called samskaras in Sanskrit, right? I talk about that. That's not what I'm here to talk about, is that core pattern as much as the expectations. And if you clear unconscious and subconscious beliefs and conclusions and traumas and imprints and conditioning and karma and other stuff that is behind that lower expectation or that heavier expectation, then what you're going to be projecting out is going to make it easier for you to be able to have returned to you. So it may seem really mechanical, because it is. Focusing on your expectations and observing, in a summary here, observing your behavior from a past manifestation, and even in creating the space in your daily life to ask yourself questions like, well, what is it that I believe here that would cause this result? Like doing a lot more detached observance of your possible beliefs. Some of them are conscious, the majority of them are not. Or just work with me and it'll get done a lot quicker and faster. But please know, now is the time. Right now. If you're feeling rocked, it's because you got some stuff to clear, to elevate. It's kind of like we're all going through a bit of an initiation. This is a really key moment in the 2012 to 2032 trajectory. I'm excited, and I hope you have enjoyed the soothing of the Himalayan rock salt cave and you feel encouraged. Namaste.